Hey tubes. Okay, I'm working on the Roper today. I am trying to get it to fire. I have put new coil on it. This is actually the coil from the Junkapose Twin. I put the starter from the Junkapose Twin on it. And I'm going to put the carburetor on it soon, but I'm just debating on replacing the intake tube. They're all the same setup. So, a fellow YouTuber, your beekeeper, was saying to me, oh, I have got quite a few projects for the winter. Actually, yes I do. But this one here, I'm keeping. Obviously keeping my LT2000, and I'm keeping the big racer here. Everything else is going. You come around. This one here is being halved. Cutting it right in the middle. It's going to become my engine test stand. That Murray hood is just for parts. The Craftsman I'm hopefully going to fix and sell. I still don't have it running. But it should run. It needs an ignition. The solenoid's good. It will crank over if you just touch a wire to the solenoid from the power to the ignition on the solenoid. The Murray, the guy said it might need a solenoid, and obviously it needs an engine, and the hood needs to be repaired. But I don't think I'll be able to repair that hood till the spring, because the epoxy I plan on using, I don't think it will work properly in the winter. And then lastly, this little Mastercraft, I'm going to put the motor that's in this Mastercraft, it's 11 horse, into this one. We'll locate a deck, and it should be a good seller. I'm hoping it will sell reasonably quick. I got all the bolts for the fenders, the bolts for the hood. I'm just going to bolt it all back up together. This thing will crank over if I had a battery in it. So the electrical system on it, it's good. I did steal the ignition temporarily for the Roper. But let's go back over to the Roper. So I got the Roper to crank over by the key, which is good. I got the battery on charge. I got the big Marine battery on it right now. It's at 100% because I had to step out, so I just left it on charge. Hoping it'll crank this big motor over a bit better. But I don't have a negative, and I'm using the stock positive. I had to replace the line going to the starter because it was cut. And I removed this center support in here that holds up the hood just temporarily. And this thing's going to need some body work. It's a fiberglass tractor, but there's not really any main cracks in the main fiberglass. It's mainly that side fender there, for this side right here. And there's a couple of small cracks in the dashboard. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for an ignition. I picked up today some carb cleaner, two cans of carb, can quick start, and extra can WD. Always can use it. I'm going to do my custom ignition. So basically, all three of my tractors that I'm keeping are all going to have custom ignitions in them. So as far as I know, I'm keeping the Roper. Unless I find some issues with it that I cannot save the Roper, I'm going to be keeping the Roper. I was debating on between the Roper and the Murray, parting out this Roper, or using the Murray as my racer. It's so far looking that I might be using the Roper. But I'm going to have to replace the rear end. It already has new front tires. I just put these front tires on it yesterday. These are new tires. Whenever I bought the tractor that these came on, they were brand new tires all the way around. So I'm going to be hopefully going to put the 6-speed in this and convert it over to a 6-speed. And then I'm going to use this as my racer. I'm going to drop it. So it has really tight steering. Got a little tire, so that's why it's not steering too good. Trust me, it has really, really tight steering. I gotta put some air in that tire shortly. And it's just the rear end being a hydro. I can't use it to race. Also, that has unusually large axle size. It's 1.5 inch axles on this. I'd rather run a smaller rear end with the other axle size. So no matter what, if I did make a racer, I'd have to use that. If I use that 6-speed, I'll show you the 6-speed. Actually, I might not be able to. Actually, there it is down there. I forgot where it was. to use that 6-speed, I'm going to have to replace the tires anyways because that has the smaller tire size. There's the old Junkapose twin up there. Still some good parts on that. The flywheel's good, the stator's good. That's pretty much it. The base is okay. It's just the middle part of the block it's junk, and the pistons and crankshaft are still okay. I gotta find, I do not have, at least I don't think I have, the keyways and locking clips for that axle to run the tires. I cannot find them. I thought I had them, but I cannot find them. So I'm going to have to locate some of them. Hopefully the parts store will be able to give them to me, or I bought them from the parts store. But I'm going to have to find some of them. Also, if this here, I am not running off that rear gas tank when I go to start it. It's pretty raunchy smelling in there. So I know some of you are probably saying it's a lot of work on this roper to make this roper a racer, but I don't know. I just like this body style. And same with the Murray. I love the Murray body style too. I've always wanted a Murray like that, and now I have one. But I was considering yanking the 20 horse out of this and junking this body right here, and trying to make put this rear end in the roper, or so not in the roper, put this rear end here in the Murray, and then put the clutch and stuff from this into the Murray as well. But I don't think I'm going to. I do like this tractor as well. I've put a lot of work into this tractor. This possibly does need a front end. I don't know yet. If the Craftsman doesn't sell, I will probably put the Craftsman's front end in this, or if I find another tractor, I will get a front end put in this. But the front end in this, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Since this is going to be an off-roading tractor anyways, it will be okay. Since this is not really, it's going to have speed, it's going to be a speed tractor as well, but it's mainly going to be an off-roader. The front end should be okay. So, also I was looking at the roper, I figured out how I'm going to drop it. I'm just going to flip the axle over and then turn it around. The stock steering should line up. Like, I need a full-on project like this that's modifying and stuff like that. And also, by swapping out the rear end, that's going to lower it already. And because I'm going to be using smaller tires, and by switching around the front end, that will also lower the front end. And that should be okay, just doing it just like that, and then running the 6-speed. Squirrels ran across the fence. And also, this does have the pulley. The pulley comes around and it goes up sideways, just like the Bolin's was. And I should be able to modify that. And I believe the clutch is in the middle still on these. I'm not 100% sure. I know these actually came with a 6-speed. I don't know if it was a full-on Peerless 6-speed like I'm going to be putting in here, but I know these did come with a 6-speed. Or sorry, it might have been a 3-speed with a high and low, so basically it made it a 6-speed. Because I know you could get these with a high-low transmission, or the transmission that this has, which is the Hydro. So that's pretty much it for now. So that's just an update on this. Again, if I get it running, which I don't know if I will or not today, I might do a video. But all I'm really going to do now is to swap out the ignition, put the custom one in it, get that wall wired up, and maybe put the top cover on, but I don't know yet. The wiring to the engine's done. I rewired the engine using some of the old wiring. I got new coil on it. So I just got to I'm debating on the intake tube, replacing it with the new one I have, or keeping that one. Because I did have that rag in there, but this motor, just like what my stepdad was saying, this motor's been sitting for a long time. It's pretty tight. I'm gonna pull the plugs out, clean them. If they're junk, replace them. I do got a set and do that. I do got to make a battery tray for this, which isn't a huge deal. And that's pretty much it for the Roper. I think this thing was actually fairly well taken care of, because the fiberglass isn't bad on it, but it's just its last few years of its life, it's been neglected. So, because it's not really very rusty, the tractor's pretty clean. and it is solid. It's actually more solid than that Murray. That's why I'm considering using this, because the Murray does have some rust in it. Has some rust in the fenders and stuff like that. So that's why I'm mainly thinking about using this one and just putting that 18.5 that only likes running on one cylinder in the Murray, and then selling the Murray like that. It does run on both, and it sounds good enough to sell like that. So most likely that's what's going to end up happening. So, and then I'm going to eventually upgrade this to a V-twin as well. If I get absolutely everything all worked out, which I don't see why not. It's a big enough tractor to work on that I'm not getting should put on the extra pulleys that this will need. I'm not going to get stuck in the middle of it, I'm hoping. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck like always. I know this was quite a bit of rambling, but hopefully you stayed through to the end, and please all subscribe and comment.